for you to be able to go in there, should you want to make, a change, or should you want to do any hardware replacement.
Okay, so Vremudia's question is, what is the level of data security that MainOne data center will guarantee?
Oh, wow, that's a lot. I mean, when you talk about data center, different, security levels, you talk about the physical security, the logical security, the network, you talk about the applications. So I want to say it depends on the kind of service that we're providing for you. For instance, we do co-location, in which case you can bring in your rack, and then you do every other thing, but we secure your rack. We also can provide you cloud service.
But when you say that you secure your rack, do you secure your rack by bringing it into the premises of MainOne, or you keep your rack somewhere else and then it's connected optic fiber or whatever means to...
You bring your rack. Actually, that is the service. You bring your rack, you secure it with us, and then we provide you connectivity from our office to your office. Okay. So you run your system as if, your server is actually next door, but it's actually there with us. So that guarantees that we provide the power, the cooling and everything, and the security that is needed for you to be able to stay in business.
Will that answer the question being asked by Temi, who says, how can you ensure availability for us in your facility? Our office is in Ikeja, says Temi here.
We have, like I said, we have about 300 kilometers of fiber in Lagos. So Ikeja, Apapa, almost everywhere in Lagos is covered. So wherever you are, and that's the beauty, and that's why actually MainOne is different from so many other people that provide this kind of service. We have our own dedicated fiber. So what that means is that wherever you are, most likely, you're probably less than 200 meters away from a line
from
of
a fiber that is around.
And then we hook you up, and then you are online. And these lines are actually protected. So
of course, the beauty of it all is that you are providing the fiber yourself.
Exactly. So that's why I said vertical integration. So you don't really need to worry about anything. You have the connectivity. You have.
What about power challenges? How do you deal with that?
Seriously, it is a challenge. And the good thing is, because we've been in business for more than 4 years now, and funny enough, we've not had a downtime for once. We've operated a cable station for
MainOne has never had a downtime.
We do not have
Are you talking about the MainOne data center or MainOne itself?
We have a cable. Well, again, let me put it this way. We have a cable landing station. I'm talking about the cable landing station. We've not had a downtime for 1 day. We've run that facility for more than 4 years. Now, of course, somebody can be subscribing to MainOne facility, and then your fiber goes down and all that. Of course, some of those things we are not totally in control of, what, road construction and all that stuff. And that is why we built a metropolitan area network now, which guarantees actually a network of rings. So wherever you are now, you cannot be totally disconnected, because if one leg goes off, you're being serviced by the other leg. So.
But we know that in Nigeria there's always this issue of data centers not being as good or as robust as is expected. What is it that you will say in 1 or 2 sentences that makes this one of it matches the benchmark for the very best around the world in terms of best practice?
One, it's we're certified by the Uptime Institute, which is actually the people that determine who you are in this business. We're certified, and we are the largest in West Africa today. We have 600 capacity of 600 racks. What that means is that if you are certified, you've actually passed through certain line, and we're certified with tier 3. We're actually tier 3 certified. I also want to say that certain components of our data center actually conforms to the highest, to tier 4, which is actually more than what is required in this area. But again, we do that because we understand the power challenges, just like you mentioned. We understand the power challenges in Nigeria, and we've been able to take care of that. So instead of having like 4 generators when you need 3 for what tier 3 recommended, we actually have 6. So what that means is that 3 is working, the other 3 is actually on standby. And so it's like you really can, you can have it better than that.
All right. So as we begin to wrap up then, what kind of business would want to use your services? Because some people are listening now and they're thinking, oh no, I wouldn't need a MainOne service for my data center because it's not that big, or it's big enough, but really I can't afford that kind of service. It's only for banks and all that. What kind of services do you provide?
We have our services are scalable. We have products designed for different line of business, no matter who you are. If you're a bank that requires 30 racks, 40 rack space and all that, yes. If you are a small-scale industry, that you require just half a rack, yes, we are also, because, the whole idea is that we know that you someday grow, and then that provide the platform for you to actually. So the services is actually scalable, and then you can pick from the bouquet of what we have.
That's fantastic. So we want to wish you the very best in all of this, because all of this sounds like really wonderful experience. So if you're to look at the future of data center in Nigeria, would you say that the prospect is good in spite of the challenges of electricity and other environmental issues that we have to deal with?
I think it's a bold step by MainOne, and I don't want to say that it's a rosy platform that everybody can come into. I mean, you have to be prepared. You have to understand exactly what it takes for you to be in that line of business. And but I think it's good. For us, it's like, look, I mean, we can do it. We have the capacity. We've been doing something in like a smaller scale before, so why not? And we have the skill that is required. And
who else has a data center in Nigeria?
Well, I don't want to mention. There are a couple of people. There are a couple of people.
But do they have the kind of backroom infrastructure that you have to support your center?
They do not have. And I mean, I'm on the air, so I can say that.
Practically the number one in the
and like
industry.
I said, look, somebody else can say, I have it at 3. But do they have the connectivity, the international connectivity? No. Do they have the metropolitan area fiber that support, that really can take that capacity, to the customer? No.
So they're using suppliers.
So some of them use suppliers, to run their businesses and all that, and and that's what sets us apart.
Well, I guess one of the things that probably will set you apart in terms of extra value added that you might be giving to services, what will that be? What are the value added services do you give to your clients?
The connectivity is one of them, which means that apart from the co-location that you enjoy, we also give you the access to your information. We do a cloud service. We do.
You do cloud service
as well.
Service. Okay, so if I want to put my data in the cloud and be able to retrieve it from there, then you will be the facilitator or the middle man in that area.
Yeah, we ask you to bring whatever the content that you have, reside with us. We give you the connectivity that we require. We give protection, and then we give the necessary security that your information requires.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about internet access. If you run your data in the cloud, you need consistent access, and half the time you have problem with network.
The problem of internet is a function of so many things. It depends on who you subscribe to and on what platform you are. For instance, if I'm using a wireless, for instance, it could just be that the transmission network to my device is the problem and all that. And that is why we've gone a long way to ensure, it's not cheap, to be honest with you, to have fiber across. So by the time you have the fiber connectivity and you have the fiber protected in a ring, the chances of you going down, the chances of the two networks going down at the same time is very, very slim. So,
okay, we want to say thank you very much. What's your final word? What will be the message you will give to Nigerians and indeed business owners across the world who are watching now?
I really want to say that there's no reason for you to build your own infrastructure anymore, because all over the world, when you look at data center, make or buy, the buy will always, have it. If you look at everything that goes around with it. So really, you don't need to go abroad. A lot of people.
So it's economically more viable.
It's more viable to buy, and then it is here in Nigeria where you have access to, your information and all that, and and everything resides here. Okay. Information security, and you're protected.
Mr. Gbenga Adegbiji, Data Center Project Manager, MainOne Cable, thank you very much for your time. It's been quite an eye-opener. Thank you very much for your time.